What if the secret to building one of the most powerful companies in history wasn't profit, not market dominance, not even innovation, but something far simpler and far more extreme? An obsession. An obsession so intense, it reshaped global commerce. This is the story of how Jeff Bezos built Amazon by putting one idea above everything else, the customer, and why that obsession changed the world forever. In 1994, the internet was still a mystery to most people. But Jeff Bezos saw something others didn't. A statistic. Internet usage was growing at 2,300% per year. That number alone was enough to make him walk away from a stable, high-paying job on Wall Street. No guarantees, no roadmap, just a belief that something massive was coming. He started Amazon in a garage, not as a tech giant, not even as a retail empire, but as an online bookstore. And here's what's interesting. From the very beginning, Bezos didn't ask, "How do we make the most money?" He asked, "How do we become the most customer-focused company on earth?" That single question would define everything that followed. But to understand how powerful that idea really is, you need to understand the rules he built around it. Rule 1, start with the customer and work backwards. Most companies start with a product and try to sell it. Bezos did the opposite. He started with the customer and worked backwards. In Amazon meetings, there were no PowerPoint presentations. Instead, executives had to write detailed narratives. Why? Because it forced them to think clearly about one thing. Does this actually help the customer? One famous example, the creation of Amazon Prime. At the time, offering fast, free shipping sounded financially insane. Investors were skeptical. Executives were hesitant. But Bezos wasn't focused on cost. He was focused on customer experience. Would customers love it? Yes. That was enough. And Prime became one of Amazon's most powerful growth engines. But here's the part most people miss. Customer obsession isn't about being nice, it's about being relentless. And that leads to the second rule. Rule 2. Be willing to sacrifice profits for long-term trust. For years, Amazon barely made any profit. Critics called it unsustainable. Some even called it reckless. But Bezos saw something others didn't. Trust compounds. In the early days, Amazon would often lower prices, even when it hurt margins. They invested heavily in logistics, warehouses, and delivery speed, all before it was financially comfortable. Why? Because every small improvement in customer experience was a long-term investment in loyalty. And loyalty is far more valuable than short-term profit. But this approach came with risk. Massive risk. And that brings us to the third rule. Because obsession alone isn't enough. Rule 3. Embrace failure as part of innovation. Amazon didn't succeed because everything worked. It succeeded because it was willing to fail. Repeatedly. Take the Fire Phone. A complete failure. Millions lost. Public embarrassment. But Bezos didn't see it that way. He saw it as tuition, because out of those failures came something far bigger. Alexa, a WS Kindle. Each one built on lessons from experiments that didn't work. Bezos once said, "If you're not failing, you're not innovating enough." And this mindset created a culture where teams weren't afraid to try, because they knew something most companies don't accept. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the cost of discovering it. But even with innovation and risk, there was one silent force driving everything forward. And it's something most people underestimate. Rule 4. Build systems that scale obsession. Customer obsession at Amazon wasn't just a philosophy. It was built into systems, processes, metrics. One powerful example. Every executive at Amazon is expected to spend time dealing with customer complaints. Yes, even at the highest level. Why? Because distance from the customer creates bad decisions. Amazon also tracks what they call customer pain points obsessively. Delivery delays, returns, negative reviews. Each one becomes a data point and a mission to fix. This isn't random. It's engineered. Because Bezos understood something critical. You can't scale a company unless you scale its values. But there's one final rule that ties everything together, and it might be the most powerful of them all. Rule 5. Think in decades, not quarters. Most companies think in quarters. Bezos thinks in decades, while others focused on immediate results. Amazon invested in the future, cloud computing, AI, logistics infrastructure. At times, these decisions looked irrational, but over time, they became unstoppable advantages because long-term thinking allows you to do what others won't. Wait, build, endure, and eventually dominate. But here's the deeper truth behind all of this. Customer obsession is not just a strategy, it's a lens, a way of seeing the world. Jeff Bezos didn't build Amazon by chasing trends. He built it by committing to a principle most companies only pretend to follow. Put the customer first. Not sometimes, not when it's easy, but always, even when it's expensive, even when it's risky, even when no one else understands it. Because in the long run, the companies that win are the ones people trust the most. If you found this valuable, don't just watch. Apply it. Ask yourself, what would change if I truly put the customer first? And if you want more deep breakdowns like this on business, money, and success, make sure to subscribe, because the next video might completely change how you think about wealth.